Hello, everyone. My name is Ryan Cam, and I finally watched The Emperor's New Groove. This was directed by Mark Dindal. It was released in the year 2000, and it had the voices of David Spade, John Goodman, Eartha Kitt, and Patrick Warburton. It tells the story of Emperor Kuzco, played by Spade. He is about as arrogant as you can get, more arrogant than Rick Rude in 1988. In his arrogance, he fires his chief advisor, Yzma, voiced by Eartha Kitt. And so, in an act of revenge, she tries to send him to the upper room. However, it backfires, and instead, Kuzco gets turned into a llama. And with the help of a villager named Pasha, voiced by Goodman, Kuzco attempts to get back to his own kingdom and learn a lesson along the way. While I had never seen this movie up to this point, the memes for this movie were everywhere. I swear, for a good amount of time, I could not go a day without seeing at least one Emperor's New Groove meme, like somewhere on the internet. So I was always interested to watch this. I just never had the time to, but now I have. And the movie is, I think, pretty good, but I can definitely understand where the love for this comes from. In my research, I found this movie was actually supposed to be a lot bigger. It was supposed to be a big musical epic with the director of The Lion King helming it. It was supposed to be this big, long, epic musical. It was going to be called Kingdom of the Sun, which, considering the line that Mufasa drops on Simba when he says everything that the light touches is our kingdom, I don't know, that sounds a little too much like a Lion King sequel to me. But due to a combination of factors, including creative differences and this movie running over schedule, the Lion King director Roger Allers was left the project, and Mark Dindal took his place. And due to a matter of trying to cut this movie down wherever they could, it turned from a big, long musical epic to a short, about 75-minute Chuck Jones tribute. In my experience, I have seen that when movies have a lot of creative difficulties, it can either lead to it actually being triumphant and leading to a lot of funny stories down the road, or just being the island of Dr. Moreau. However, it seemed like this movie actually had the former in their favor, because this movie made a nice chunk of profit, not astronomical, but it definitely made its budget back and then some. It was received positively by critics, and it was the highest selling DVD of 2001. So yeah, it was a pretty good investment overall. The biggest compliment that I can give to this movie is that it looks absolutely sensational. This movie, in terms of the animation, holds up so incredibly well 22 years after the fact. This movie was heavily inspired by the Incan Empire, and a lot of those designs do appear here, and I like that. I like the spirit of how they were able to capture all of that. I've seen a lot of reviews talking about how David Spade was not the right choice to play Kuzco, but I thought he was fine. He played the arrogant emperor about as good as you can ask for. I'm not a David Spade super fan, but I didn't hate the performance. I thought it was good. John Goodman is John Goodman. He's fantastic in pretty much everything. You just throw John Goodman in there and he's just the nice guy, unless he's in a Coen Brothers movie or 10 Cloverfield Lane. But by far and away, the biggest thing that is just, along with the animation, the biggest compliment that I can give is that the villains in this movie are outstanding. Yzma, voiced by Eartha Kitt, and Kronk, played by Patrick Warburton. I love these two. They are so great at being cartoony villains. Vicious when they need to be, but overall just there to be comic fodder. And it's all handled so incredibly well. There are many iconic scenes. There's actually compilations online on YouTube called Kronk being iconic for 5 minutes or something like that. Kronk became so popular that he even got his own spin-off, Kronk's New Groove, which I'm sure I'm going to have to watch one of these days. The movie really does suffer from how short it is. It really feels constrained by how short it is. I remember watching it and looking down and being like, oh, those are the credits. It's over. Okay. I think the movie could have easily benefited from being at least 90 minutes. That was the standard at the time. So if it would have been 93, 95 minutes, I don't think I would have minded. It's also a plot that we have seen many times before. The arrogant character slowly learns the error of his ways and becomes more humble over time. And there's also a road trip aspect to this with Pasha and Cusco making their way back to the palace. You've definitely seen this movie before. However, there is too much in this movie to not give this a positive review. There was a lot of effort put forth into this despite literally everything going on behind the scenes. And so I give this one a more than a modest recommendation if you have not seen it. But what did you all think of The Emperor's New Groove? Leave your thoughts in the comments section. I'd love to read what you have to say. And just a brief programming note, this will be my last Sunday video of 2022 because with the coming of December, it's going to be all about Christmania, 25 movie reviews for 25 Christmas movies in 25 days. And I'm so looking forward to doing it this year. But because it's daily uploads, that means real estate's going to get pretty full. So I'm going to be putting Sunday videos on a rather brief hiatus for the remainder of the year. However, I have a rough plan, and I'm going to bring this series back full force in 2023. And I'm looking forward to reacting to stuff I've never seen before, and also big upping movies that I love but maybe have fallen by the wayside. And I also want to thank everyone for checking out the past Sunday videos that I've done recently for The Truman Show and Eyes Wide Shut and The Iron Giant. Those videos did very well for the channel, and so I thank you all graciously. If you did like this video, please be sure to leave a like, comment your thoughts down below, and if you like this video and you want to see more like it, hit the subscribe button and click the bell to allow notifications. That way when a new video drops, you'll be the first to know about it. My name is Ryan Cam, and I'll see you in the next one.